And I'm so excited to be here with you all again. I've been getting a lot of feedback from my Fact Fridays, and I just love that, whether it's somebody talking to me when you come in for a refill of water and letting me know that you watched. That's awesome. That really brightens my day. Or I've had a couple of people send me text messages or private messages, and one of those comments came from a friend of mine, and she watched it last week. And remember, we were talking about circulation and increased risk of blood clots for sitting for too long. She mentioned that she had read somewhere that if you do squats, if you get up during those TV times or maybe while you're sitting at your desk and incorporate squats, that is just as effective. And to me, that just sounded better than my idea of jumping jacks. So I wanted to bring that to you this Friday. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was fresh herbs. And so I've been growing fresh herbs here at the water store in my tower garden, and it's something I've always wanted to do. Although I don't really know how to use fresh herbs. It's not something I grew up on. So I have a bunch of dill here. And when I think of dill, I always thought of dill pickles. And so I made some dill pickles in the fall, and that was really cool, but I really didn't need that much. So I started researching, what can I do with all this dill? And I wanted to share, one, why fresh herbs are good for y'all, and two, a recipe to use some dill. And so you are welcome, if you're local and in the Alamogordo area, you are welcome to come and harvest and get any of this dill that you would like to try this recipe. So the recipe that I have for you all tonight, because like I said, I didn't know what to do with dill, and if you do, drop it in the comments below because I need more recipes, because obviously I have a lot of dill. So the recipe I found is potatoes. So you should have a lot of these on hand. It was salt, oil, an avocado oil, or an coconut oil, or olive oil are the oils I recommend. But salt, oil, potatoes, like those small red potatoes, and dill. And I shook them all up. I did try that this week, and I shook them all up and I baked them in the oven, and they became very crispy and delicious. But the one thing I would change is the dill flavor was really, really subtle. And so I have learned since then that probably what, even though that's how the recipe called for me to do it, that probably wasn't the best way for me to get A, the flavor from the dill, and B, the nutrients in the dill. So I would change it by adding the dill at the end, fresh, on top of the potatoes, like a garnish. So that's my tip. And why would I do that? Again, dill turns out to be a very delicate herb, and so I got rid of a lot of the flavor with the heat. And so that's one reason. And the second reason is because I want to maximize the nutrient content of the dill. So fresh herbs are high in vitamins, they're high in antioxidants, and you can maximize those by not cooking them. And even, like I said, coming by to get this instead of buying it dried. Before, I've always had dill dried. They are also rich in enzymes, and we know enzymes aid in digestion, and they're good for our gut health. And those are also lost during the drying process. And they are also rich in phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are very, very important for us. It supports our immune system, and it helps us reduce inflammation. That is also lost when they're heated and dried. So that is why I would recommend, if you can, consuming your herbs fresh, and as fresh as you can get them. So like I said, if you want to come in and try this recipe, or maybe you have another one in mind, I've got a lot of dill and I'd be happy to share. So that's my Fact Friday for you all. Enjoy some herbs and have a great rest of your day.